Hello everybody, welcome to my regular AMD driver slot. Now today we're going to be talking about the latest round of driver releases for AMD. This one is new, it is certified and it is stable. We're talking about 23.3.2. They're the new Microsoft certified drivers, WHQL drivers. That means there's no known issues. I certainly haven't seen any issues in them. If you look at some of the videos I've released this week and the ones coming out in the next few days, they've all been done with these drivers without an issue. So I would say that's good. So if you haven't updated your drivers yet, if you're still using the old drivers, the old WHQL drivers, or maybe the old beta drivers, now's the time to update. Right? Get rid of the old drivers. You'll notice the old drivers are missing off the AMD's page right now. That's because these drivers replaced the lot. So there you go. We have had about a year or so of beta testing drivers to get to this point, and it was about a year ago since the last WHQL drivers were released for Radeon products, Radeon cards and AMD cards. So it's been a long time coming. But the last bug I saw was a black screen bug, and I haven't seen it on these drivers. I saw it on the past beta ones, but not on these drivers. So we're doing well. We're doing well. Hopefully they'll maintain the compatibility. Well, not compatibility. They'll maintain, the stability, in future driver releases. I don't want to go a whole year with beta drivers only to come back to get one stable driver a year. I don't think that's a good idea. So let's hope they don't go down that road. In other news, the RX 7600 or 6700 card is now below £400, which means that's the Radeon one. That means it's coming back into the price range I would consider it to be worth, so it's not inflated anymore. That means it's suddenly in reach of some people. Some people can get that card if it's under 400. That's the 12 gig version, by the way. It might even help with these videos I'm doing. The NVIDIA cards continue to be massively overpriced for what they are. The AMD drivers, or the AMD cards, shall I say, they are still quite good for the money. In fact, I've seen people comparing the 6700 XT with, I think it's the 3700 and the 3600, and it's coming out quite favourably. I know there's a 6,750 card out. I haven't really looked into that yet though, but I'm looking at price performance for my next card. My next card will probably be a 6700 XT, I reckon, at this point, because it seems to have the performance I want at the speed I want. Now, what's the difference between, say, a 6600 and a 7600 or what's the difference between a 6600 and a 6700? Basically, from what I can see, on my 5600, I can do 2K gaming, which means on the 6600 you should be able to do 2K gaming as well. That's 1440, which is dimension instead of 1080p. So it's 144 OP. But if you want to go to 4K, you need the 6700, really, at least the 6700. That'll give you about 60 frames per second in some games at 4K, maybe more. If you're playing Cyberpunk, it drops down to about 30 frames per second, but that's just Cyberpunk. So if you wanted to do 4K gaming, the 6700. If you want to do 2K gaming, the 6600. That's the way it is. That's the main difference. If you're thinking of 4K gaming, just understand, in my opinion, 4K gaming isn't really there yet. It's okay saying you can do it, but it's not a standard yet. I do believe that the 2K gaming is becoming the new standard because it's achievable and it looks good and it works on most systems. So if you're thinking of aiming for upgrading your graphics and monitor, remember your monitor has to support the resolution your graphics card wants, and your graphics card has to be capable of producing the native resolution of your monitor. So if you get a graphics card that's only capable of really running 2K and a monitor that's a 4K monitor, your monitor's going to downgrade the picture and it may suffer. It won't look as good. Your graphics card and monitor need to match. They both need to be good at the resolution your monitor supports. So whatever the native resolution is on your monitor, that's the resolution it does, usually the top one. Your graphics card should be able to run that at 60 frames per second minimum. So keep that in mind. Also, I know there's ray tracing and features like that, you know, on Nvidia and whatnot, and AMD are trying to make it run smoothly on theirs with mixed success. Just remember, unless all cards can run something evenly or smoothly, it's just a gimmick. Until then, it's just a gimmick. It could disappear. With new ideas coming down the pipeline anytime there's a new hardware release, a new graphics card release. So ray tracing, until it gets adopted and works on all cards smoothly and fast, is really a bit gimmicky. Once you get past it, once everybody else can do it, and it's just a standard thing nobody talks about anymore, but it's there, then you know it's here to stay. I've seen so many ideas come and go in the past for one reason or another, like maybe somebody's made it a proprietary idea so you can't use it without paying them, like Apple's USB chargers, which gone bye-byes now thanks to the EU saying everybody has to be USB-C, or the USB-3 I think it is versus Thunderbolt, whereas USB-3 now takes on certain Thunderbolt features, which is an Intel thing, I believe. Right, so it looks like Thunderbolt may be replaced by USB-3. At least I think it's USB-3 anyhow. It's supposed to run things faster over USB bus anyway. It doesn't support everything, but it supports some things. But anyhow, when they're owned by one company, they are a bit gimmicky. Not everybody supports them, so you might not get everything you want. Once everybody else starts supporting it and can do it well, that's when you know it's here to stay. So always be careful of that distinction there, because it's okay saying they've got a latest feature on this, that and the other, but until everybody else is using it, it might disappear any moment. Remember though, right, the 6600 and the 7600, 2K, 4K respectively, and the 6600 itself is more the middle of the range card that most people should be aiming at if they want a new card. The 6700 is low end, is the low end of the high end, if you understand me. It's a step above the 6600. Right, anyhow, I'll see you in the next one. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, like, subscribe, and I'll see you soon.